Hey guys, so welcome back to another Grand Dam video. So I just want to give an update on the Grand Dam. So right now, next thing I need to do with this is Gage messaged me today, sent me tracking info. So he's sending me a whole new engine harness out of an '04 GT because that's what this is. And my original harness, right down here below the battery, where the engine mount or the front transmission mount goes, there's the ABS module. And where the harness plugs into the ABS module, battery acid had leaked down and ate all of the wires that were on the harness down there. And so I actually have that harness around here somewhere. I don't know if it's this one, but there was a bunch of wires around this plug. No, this one's not it. So this is the other '03 harness that I have. But so on the original harness, yeah, it got all ate up. So this harness came out of an '03 Grand Am GT, and that was the harness I had in here with the last 3.4 engine whenever it was knocking. I'll put a clip in that here. But yeah, so like that was the last harness I had used in this car, and it had worked fine for the 3.4. But for whatever reason, since it's been sitting for so long, it's not working. It's not wanting to crank. I still need to wire in the plugs for the transmission and stuff. So it could just be reading that there's no neutral safety switch or whatever. So I mean, it definitely needs some more work on that. But so Gage messaged me, and so he's sending me the whole new harness. So I pretty much need to undo everything. The fuse box needs to come out. I need to take the harness out of the bottom of the fuse box. I need to pull the ECM back down from under the dash and undo those, shove those back through the firewall. All the engine wiring needs to come off, everything. And then Gage is sending me the whole Grand Am side of the harness. That goes over to this plug here, and that goes over to there. And then that other part of the harness that plugs in there is what goes to all the injectors and to the crank sensor and around to the front, to this plug here that goes right on the front side of the engine to that 8-wire plug. So he's sending me everything. So everything should literally just plug in and be all plug and play, and everything should work. And he said it should crank with the key. The only thing I'll have to wire in is the reverse lights. So that he said something about having to wire in the reverse lights, but he'll leave the pigtail, and he's labeled all the wires. So I mean, it's as simple as you can get it, pretty much. So that's what I need, because like I said, I'm not good with wiring. I tried my best to make this thing start, and wiring just isn't my strong suit. So, but the harness is on the way, so it should be here within the week. And so what I need to do with this is just tear all the wiring off the engine. I shouldn't have to remove the coil bracket over here, just because, like normally you would, because there's a ground wire that goes on that stud right over here. But I have that new harness, or the one I got from the salvage yard. But yeah, so I can just cut that ground wire off right there and then splice it onto the new harness that goes down to the crank sensor and the cam sensor and all that, and over here to the ICM. And because I spliced into this one, and so I would have to unsplice all of this, and it's just not going to work properly. So I'm just going to swap out that whole little sub harness, and then that way, once I get the harness from Gage, it will just plug right into this plug, run around. I'll have the whole engine harness to run, and then everything, it should just fire right up and work. So, so once I get all the wiring off, which means I'm probably going to have to unbolt the fuel pressure regulator and move it out of the way and pull this vacuum line off. But then once I get all the wiring off the engine, then I'm going to pull the rear fuel log and swap out the other 3 injectors. And I'm also going to swap out the other 3 spark plugs to the 104s. And I also have to swap out the rear power log and pull that stock one off. And then I also have the ceramic coated crossovers under there. So I've already got the front power log on, and if it's just like factory, so super stoked on that. All that's all tight and ready to go. So I've just got to get the rear one off, and I'm also keeping the EGR delete, and because it's already bolted down onto the rear power log and RTV'd on there, and so I don't want to mess with it. So I'm just going to delete the EGR completely on the Grand Am and go that route. So, but yeah, I'm super stoked with the progress. So I just want to give y'all a little update, let y'all know what's going on and how everything's happening and what the plan is. A lot of people's been messaging me, asking me about the Grand Am because I parted out the 07. Everyone's like, are you still going to finish the Grand Am? Yes, I'm still going to finish the Grand Am. All my bills are paid and caught up now, so I still have the 07. It's just down an engine and trans and some wheels and tires. So, and I have another set of wheels and tires. They're just a 5x110. So if anybody has some 5x114 bolt onto the hub, or 5x115 bolt onto the hub to a 5x110 studs, adapters for sale, I need all four for around 100, 120 bucks, something like that. Hit me up, send me a message. I would like to purchase them. I had a guy, he brought me one set, but they were backwards. They bolted onto a 5x110 and gave you a 5x114 stud, and I need completely backwards of that. So, but yeah, if anyone has some of those, hit me up. I'd like to purchase those, so that way I can at least get the 07 back on the ground, and then it's really, I just need to get another engine and transmission. So, not the end of the world. And then also, Garrett, who bought my transmission, he told me I can have his old transmission for the 07. So it just needs the torque converter seal replaced and probably a new torque converter. But other than that, like, the diff is good and everything, so no issues there. So I have a transmission. It just needs a little bit of work. And yeah, so it's really, I just got to find an engine. So not the end of the world. I have another set of heads. I still have the lower intake. I have another Gen 5 over here. And I have some of the, like, I sold some of my pulleys and stuff. So, you know, I sold the whole coil pack bracket and everything. And I still have the idler and the belt tensioner for the supercharger. But I don't have the bracket those go on. And I also don't have the other little idler that goes right next to the water pump. So, I mean, I'm going to have to find some other parts, which I did see a Bonneville out at the salvage yard. It doesn't have the same style bracket. It has the tensioner with no dog bone mount right there. So I don't really think it would, I mean, it might work, but it's not, I mean, it's not really what I need. I guess I could grab that and put it on here, since I'm not even using this dog bone. And then it would just eliminate that right there. And then I could use that for the 07. But, I mean, either way, I could figure something out. You know, the 07 can always come back. It might not be cammed and all that, but that's what this one's for. This is the toy. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the plan right now, is just to eliminate all of this wiring off of this thing and wait for the harness and stuff to come in from Gage. Also the downpipe, and then the engine mount that I ordered. Gage is building a 5-speed Alero right now, and he needed to use the engine mount, so he's having me another one made. And so for me being patient and waiting, he's sending me the other engine harness, which I wasn't even tripping on it. But it's cool. That helps me out a lot, and he did a little bit of extra work for it, so that's cool. That helps me out, makes my life easier over here getting this thing started. So, but yeah, that's I'm probably not going to do anything on this today. I just want to give y'all an update, let you guys know what's going on with the Grand Am build. So should have a first start here in the next couple weeks, hopefully week and a half. Like, as soon as I get that harness in and get it on here and get everything plugged in, she should fire up. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited just to hear this thing start and run. So, but yeah, first start coming soon. So, I guess that's going to be it for this video on the Grand Dam. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'll catch you guys later.